sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button, turn on the notification so you get notified each time I upload, and please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I want to say a very big shout out to every one of you for all the love and support you all give me here. I am truly grateful. Thank you all so much. So today we're talking about something really very important, and it's about this Puerto Rican man who asked what is behind the attitude some black people give, so he started by saying that black people, see him as a white person, and sometimes they may mock him, right? And he said that if he doesn't know better, like if he doesn't understand why they may mock him, or the racism and the problems black people are facing, he probably would have been triggered by the looks they give him or the attitude black people give him, but he has never been triggered. Why? Because he understands what they have been through and what they are still going through, and he knows that they probably think he is a white person, and for that reason, they give him attitude. And he actually said what he does each time, he gets that attitude and all that. You know what? Step go to the screen. Let me roll this clip. We'll come back to talk about it. And I absolutely want to read your comments. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. And straight up, let me roll the clip.
Why do I so often get an attitude from black people? That's a question that many people who look white like me often ask themselves. What's going on, mi gente? As many of you already know, I am a Puerto Rican who lives here in the U.S. but was born and raised in Puerto Rico. The fact is, given our island's history, although my skin color is white from my European ancestors, I also have Taino and African blood running through my veins. And because of that reason, I personally don't consider myself to be a white person. Well, with that being said, I currently live near and work in a city where the majority of its residents are black and poor. I'm actually serve the people of this community, and inevitably I do get to spend a great deal of time out and about all throughout the city. So, why do I so often get attitudes from some of its black residents, for instance, when I go to Walmart? Here's why. Because all they see in me is a white person. They don't know I'm Puerto Rican. They don't know that my grandmother was black just like them. They don't know that I grew up in a town of Puerto Rico that is well known for its African traditions and culture. All they see in me is just another white person. And I could honestly say to you that if I didn't know any better, I could easily get triggered by the mean looks and attitudes I sometimes get from some of them. But the truth is that I don't actually get triggered or offended like so many white people tend to do. The reason I don't is because I understand that what they are manifesting toward me is not against me personally, but ultimately toward the collective people they think I belong to. I don't get triggered or mad or offended because I know where their attitude is coming from. I know that it's coming from a place of historical trauma. I know it's coming from a place of pain and hopelessness. I understand that if I were in their shoes, I would also be having the exact same attitude. So what do I do when I receive those looks and attitudes? I simply respond back to them with a smile and a good attitude by asking them, "How's it going, Sir Man?" as a way of letting them know I'm not against them. Now, if you're a white person still watching this video right now, whenever you are inevitably confronted with the attitudes and looks I'm here talking about, rather than asking yourself in fear, why in the fuck this blank blank is looking at me that way, you should then ask yourself, what is it about me and my people that is causing these people to look at me the way he is doing? What have we done to these people that is causing them to have such a bad attitude towards us? What can we do to help them change their attitude towards people like me? And once you ask yourself those right questions, you could then approach those folks with a smile and good attitudes and say to them, "I'm so sorry for all the hurt we have caused you. How can I help you today to make your life a little better?" Stay woke, mi gente. Dale. Attitude from black people. That's a question that many people who look...
Hey, go check out this dude on rest of this guy's video. He's a pretty cool guy. So to answer that question, half of the time we actually don't even look at white people. We just assume we do. There has actually been incidents of me going into a store and I will literally see actually any other race than black, they'll start grabbing their things, and hell, I've even seen them grab their girlfriends. I kind of look at them and I'd be like, I don't want your girl. I don't want you or anything that you have. The problem with that is that it really ticks me off pretty freaking good. I mean, it really does, because the fact of the matter is you automatically judged me without even knowing who I was. So what's actually happening is most, not all, but most people are literally getting the same attitude that you give. A person speaks to me, hey, how you doing today? I'm going to speak back, because this is who I am. I'm going to be polite. I'm going to be nice to them. If you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. I'm going to give you the exact same energy that you give me. But definitely go check out this gentleman's video, and follow him. He's a pretty decent guy. He has some pretty interesting points, and he is correct about this too. And like he says, he might see somebody that looks mean, and hey, how you doing? He's going to get the exact same thing back. But I'm telling you now, your energy will be matched. I'm not a timid person. I literally speak my mind. Because if you do that to me in a store or anywhere, I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel about you. I'm not going to bite my tongue. I'm not going to be easy or gentle with it. I'm going to say exactly what I feel. And 95% of the time when there's an incident with blacks doing something to other people, it's more than likely because you said something or done something and really thought that it wasn't going to get responded by us. You're going to get that energy matched. Don't think you can walk up and say anything you want to us or treat us any type of way. Most people fear what they can't control. You can control mostly every other race, but you're not going to control us. And if people don't like what I have to say, keep scrolling. But I am speaking facts. But that's it again. Go check this gentleman's videos out. He's a pretty decent guy. There's a whole lot of hatred in the world toward us. It's us against the world, literally. I go overseas and I literally get met with this exact same behavior, no matter how much I try to be kind to others. But it is what it is.
Why do I so often get an attitude from black people? That's a question that many people who...
Hey, primo. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. I've read your comments. I watched the whole video, and yes, I do understand. As a fellow Boricua, I do understand. For those that don't understand, that want to be in his comments talking about, no, that's not true, it's another person downing. No, it's not downing black people, it's shining light to it. For instance, I have a child. She's going to be 10. She looks like my homie in this video. Does she have any white in her? No. Besides the European descent that we have on the body? No. But because she has light skin and she don't got skin like me, what do the black kids say? You're white. Yes, they call her white. They say just because she's Hispanic doesn't mean anything. When, in fact, I am a proud Puerto Rican. Raised in New York City. My mother is Boricua. My father is a Moreno. And for those that don't speak Spanish, he's black. African American and Caribbean descent, to be a fact. And yet my daughter still suffers from both ends of racism. Not only from the colonizers, the Gueros, but also from her own black people. To the point where if she tries to defend herself vocally in school, they have messaged me and told me that she will be suspended for being racist. But yet it's okay for a little Guero boy to try and put his hands on her. This is what we talk about, the division. See, as Hispanics, we got to deal with it on both ends. We got to deal with the racism from some black people and racism from white people. Now, for the ones that actually do see it, please do something to try and make a change. Because the ones that are actually trying, you are appreciated. But the ones that are blind to it, you are so blind to it, but you are so open to your own racism against you that you cannot see that black people can also be racist. Any race can be racist. And I will reiterate, my daughter is mine. She came out of my sack. And yet she still faces racism from black people. That's what he's trying to say. It's time to open the eyes. Stop treating Hispanics like they crap because they not dark skinned. They just as black as you.
All right. First, before we this is all we got from the stitches, and I'm going to say that everybody don't experience racism. Let me start from that. And maybe your child is white person. Maybe your wife is not even black or something. And it's probably white person, right? And some people do not even want to identify as black, except when there is need for it to happen. When you ask some Hispanic, they will tell you they are not black. You ask someone, they will say they are not black. I want to be identified as this. But anytime people get any opportunity to claim black, they absolutely claim black without even wanting to And but then when the problem that comes with black comes, they switch to the next lane and the rest of it. I absolutely understood what the Puerto Rican guy was saying. White people actually do not want to, or they hardly ask, how can we make things better? They don't even accept that they have done something wrong. And you can't ask somebody, how can I do, or how can we do better, if you don't accept the fact that we have done something wrong. And because for you to fix a problem, first of all, you must identify the problem. So how do you want to fix a problem that you refuse to identify? So not until they are willing and ready to identify that there is a problem, then look for a way to solve look for a way to get to solve the problem. That is when we are talking. But if not, we are not ready to talk. This is where I am going to draw the curtain. Thank you all so much for your support. I do appreciate you all, and let me know what you all think in the comment section, and see you all in my next video. Bye for now.